Confronting a narcissist about their behavior can be a complex and emotionally charged process. Narcissists often have a distorted self-image and may react defensively or aggressively when their behavior is questioned. So in this video, I'm going to give you a detailed guide on how to approach this delicate situation effectively. How to confront a narcissist about their behavior. Number one, prepare yourself emotionally. Before initiating a confrontation, ensure you are emotionally prepared. Understand that narcissists may react with anger, denial, or manipulation. It is crucial to remain calm and composed to avoid escalating the situation. For example, if you are discussing their tendency to belittle others, anticipate their possible reaction and prepare yourself to stay steady. Number two, choose the right time and place. Timing and setting are crucial. Select a neutral, private environment where you have a calm discussion without interruptions. Avoid discussing sensitive topics in public or during high-stress moments. For instance, if the narcissist has been particularly critical at work, it might be better to address it in a private setting rather than during a team meeting. You can also use I statements. Frame your concerns using I statements to express how their behavior affects you personally. This approach minimizes defensiveness. Instead of saying, "You always interrupt me," you can try, "I feel overlooked when I am interrupted during conversations." This reduces the likelihood of the narcissist feeling attacked. You can also be specific and concrete. Provide clear examples of the behavior you are addressing. The general statements can be dismissed or ignored. For instance, if their need for constant admiration is affecting your relationship, you can cite specific instances like, "When you interrupt me to talk about your achievements during our conversations, it makes me feel undervalued." Again, maintain a calm demeanor. Stay calm and composed, even if the narcissist becomes defensive or hostile. Your calmness can help de-escalate the situation and keeps the focus on the behavior rather than emotional reactions. For example, if they start raising their voice, keep your tone steady and firm. Number 6 thing to do when confronting a narcissist is to set boundaries clearly. Clearly articulate your boundaries and the changes you expect. Be specific about what behaviors are unacceptable and what you need from them moving forward. For example, you might say, "I need you to respect my opinions and not interrupt me during discussions." Number 7 thing to do when confronting a narcissist, avoid blame and judgment. Focus on the behavior rather than labeling the narcissist as a person. Avoid terms like selfish or inconsiderate, which can lead to defensiveness. Instead, say, "When you dismiss my feelings, it impacts our relationship," rather than accusing them of being inconsiderate. Number 8, prepare for resistance. Narcissists may resist or reject your feedback, often by denying any wrongdoing or deflecting blame. Be prepared for this and stand firm on your observations. For example, if they deny interrupting you, you can calmly reiterate and say, "I have noticed this happening frequently, and it is important for me to address it." Number 9, you can emphasize your needs. Focus on your needs and feelings rather than trying to change their behavior. Explain how their actions impact you and what you need to feel respected. For instance, you can say, I need to feel heard and valued in our conversations, which is why it is important to me that we both listen to each other. You can also offer solutions, suggest ways to improve the situation, or offer solutions that can benefit both parties. This shows that you are interested in finding a constructive resolution. For example, you can say, maybe we can agree to take turns speaking during our discussions so that we both have a chance to share our thoughts. Also, be prepared for manipulation when confronting a narcissist. Narcissists may use manipulation tactics such as guilt tripping or shifting the focus. So stay focused on the original issue and avoid getting sidetracked by their tactics. For instance, if they start blaming you for their behavior, calmly redirect the conversation back to the specific issue at hand. You can also set limits on engagement. If the confrontation becomes too contentious, be prepared to end the discussion and revisit it later. It is okay to walk away if the conversation becomes unproductive. For example, you might say, I think we need to take a break and come back to this conversation later when we are both calmer. The other thing is to document your interactions. Keep a record of your interactions and any specific instances of problematic behavior. This can be helpful if you need to provide evidence or refer back to previous conversations. For example, maintaining a journal of instances where their behavior affected you can provide clarity during future discussions. You can also seek support if needed. If you find the confrontation too challenging or if the narcissist's behavior doesn't improve, consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor. They can provide guidance and strategies for dealing with the situation. For instance, a therapist can help you develop coping strategies and navigate the complexities of interacting with a narcissist. And again, you should know when to walk away. In some cases, despite your best efforts, the narcissist may not change their behavior. It is important to recognize when it's healthier for you to distance yourself from the relationship. For example, if repeated attempts to address their behavior have failed and are impacting your well-being, it might be time to consider limiting your interactions or ending the relationship altogether. Confronting a narcissist requires a careful balance of assertiveness and empathy. By preparing adequately, staying focused on specific behaviors, and maintaining your emotional composure, you can address the issue more effectively and protect your own well-being in the process. Dealing with a narcissist can be incredibly challenging, but maintaining your emotional well-being is crucial. So in this video, I'm going to give you 15 strategies to help you not let a narcissist affect you. Number 1, recognize narcissistic behavior. Understanding what narcissism looks like can help you detach emotionally. Narcissists often seek validation and admiration while lacking empathy. Recognize behaviors like constant need for attention, manipulation, or gaslighting. For example, if someone constantly undermines your accomplishments to boost their own ego, it is a classic sign of narcissism. Number 2, not to let a narcissist affect you, it is to set clear boundaries. Establish firm boundaries to protect yourself from being exploited. Narcissists often push limits to get their way. If a narcissist tries to overstep, like demanding your time or energy, assertively state your limits. For instance, if they frequently call you late at night, tell them you are unavailable after a certain hour and stick to it. The other thing to do to not let a narcissist affect you is to limit emotional investment. Avoid becoming emotionally entangled. Narcissists can be emotionally draining, and engaging deeply can leave you vulnerable. So keep interactions factual and avoid sharing personal information that could be used against you. For instance, if they bring up sensitive topics to provoke a reaction, steer the conversation back to neutral ground. To not let a narcissist affect you, practice self-care. Prioritize activities that rejuvenate and empower you. Regular self-care helps build resilience against emotional manipulation. Engage in hobbies, exercise, or relaxation techniques that reinforce your self-worth and reduce stress. For example, if you feel drained after an interaction with a narcissist, take time to meditate or go for a walk. To not let a narcissist affect you, you can also avoid arguments. Narcissists thrive on conflict and often use it to assert dominance. So engaging in arguments with them rarely leads to productive outcomes. So if a disagreement arises, try to stay calm and avoid escalating the situation. For instance, if the narcissist challenges your opinions, respond with neutral statements rather than debating. To not let a narcissist affect you, maintain a support network. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family who affirm your worth and offer perspective. Having a strong support system provides emotional stability and counters the narcissist's negative influence. For example, after a challenging interaction with a narcissist, discuss your feelings with a trusted friend who can offer validation and advice. Use the Grey Rock method when dealing with a narcissist so that they don't affect you. This technique involves becoming as uninteresting and unresponsive as possible. The goal is to make yourself less appealing to the narcissist's manipulative tactics. For example, if they attempt to provoke you, respond with bland, non-committal answers that don't engage their emotional needs. To not let a narcissist affect you, keep communication brief and professional. When you must interact with a narcissist, keep communication clear and to the point. Avoid sharing personal details or engaging in emotional exchanges. For example, if you are discussing work-related matters, focus solely on the task and avoid personal chit-chat. To not let a narcissist affect you, detach from their opinions. Understand that a narcissist's opinions are reflections of their insecurities, not truths about you. Practice separating their feedback from your self-worth. For instance, if they criticize your work to undermine you, remind yourself that their feedback is about their need for control, not your abilities. To not let a narcissist affect you, document interactions. In situations where interactions might be manipulated or contested, keeping records can protect you. Document conversations and decisions, especially in professional settings. For example, if a narcissist makes verbal agreements or promises, follow up with written confirmation to avoid disputes. Do not let a narcissist affect you. Reinforce your self-esteem. Build a strong sense of self-worth independent of the narcissist's validation. Engage in activities that affirm your value and strengths. For example, set personal goals and celebrate your achievements, reinforcing that your self-esteem doesn't depend on others' opinions. Do not let a narcissist affect you. Avoid personalization. Understand that a narcissist's behavior is more about their own issues than about you. When they are critical or dismissive, it is a reflection of their own struggles rather than a comment on your worth. For instance, if they belittle your contributions, recognize that this stems from their need to feel superior rather than your actual performance. Do not let a narcissist affect you. Focus on solutions, not problems. When dealing with narcissistic behavior, try to focus on practical solutions rather than getting bogged down by their emotional turmoil. For example, if they create obstacles, identify concrete steps you can take to address the issue rather than getting caught up in their drama. Do not let a narcissist affect you. Educate yourself about narcissism. The more you understand about narcissistic personality disorder, the better equipped you will be to handle it. Read books, attend workshops, or consult professionals to learn strategies for managing interactions with narcissists. For example, understanding the dynamics of narcissistic behavior can help you anticipate and prepare for their tactics. Do not let a narcissist affect you. Finally, seek professional help. If a narcissist's behavior is significantly impacting your mental health, consider speaking with a therapist. Professional guidance can provide coping strategies and emotional support. For instance, a therapist can help you develop techniques to manage stress and set effective boundaries. Implementing these strategies I've mentioned in this video can help you maintain your emotional well-being and reduce the impact of a narcissist behavior on your life. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so.